I had the privilege when I was at Juilliard to watch Pierre Boulez conduct the Juilliard Orchestra. And I noticed his preoccupation with voicing. He had passages of orchestra chords, a kind of hymn type passage that he took every single one apart and voiced perfectly. And of course the Juilliard Orchestra responded beautifully. It was an amazing performance. And of course that made a big impression on all of us. And certainly it brings to mind, how do we do this on the piano? I mean, the piano, again, you can quibble about interpretation, you could quibble about tempo, you can, ideas. To me, ideas are secondary in a way. We all have them. But what I really respond to in a person's playing is the particular sound they get in that piece of music. And we have a score on the page. That score can only tell us so much of what to do. It has to come alive to us in certain ways. We have to know, the harmony. We have to hear the relative harmonies and what they sound like. I have in front of me the score of Beethoven's Waldstein Sonata, for instance, a piece squarely in C major. We all know it. It has a propulsive beginning, and it's in C major. Now, Beethoven, in one of his miraculous substitute dominant second themes, goes to E major. We're expecting G, it doesn't happen. He goes to E. Now, that E major, it's fine, it's beautiful. But unless you hear that E major in relation to C major, you're not really getting the full impact of it. Now, the C major's here. The E major, the median relationship, is going to be otherworldly, sort of, Now, especially in classical music, Beethoven, Mozart, Haydn, which relies so heavily on conflict between keys for its form, this becomes of paramount importance. How is that theme going to sound? What are you going to do to the piano to make that sound right? Now, you could work on it forever, as though the piece just started there. But it doesn't start there. It starts in C. So everything you do has to be predicated on the fact that this is a distant key from C major. So when we get there, we, like Boulez, are going to voice these chords. Now, we have a sort of hymn theme. This stepwise motion, by the way, the stepwise motion is already set up in the theme of the piece in an entirely different way. We're going up, and then the famous slow motion. Now our theme is going to be stepwise motion, but it's quite different. Now we're in E major. Now we have a whole different set of parameters. What do we do? Now, that C major is going to morph into E. We're going to try, I think, we should, now this is, let me digress for a minute. This is one of the most heroic pieces he wrote. But The theme itself is a little bit tentative. That's second theme as I hear it. Why? Because we're in really unfamiliar territory. We're out there walking in E major. We're not quite sure where we are yet in the piece. It's strange. I would not play too much. Beethoven wrote, dolce e molto legato, sweetly. But now we get a sforzando. Why is that important? Now, when you leave that G sharp, and now you go to the F sharp, that B is going to come into relief, that middle voice. And then to piano. Now, the top here is what we're going for. We're putting our arm weight on that top note to make it bright. But after the beautiful chord here, the 6/4, we have that B that makes its appearance. And then we're gonna, and then da, da, now a piano line that's going to be in the middle register of the piano. If you want, this is going to be a whole different color. Now, de-emphasize. So we de-emphasize the top. And we go for a more chord, a balanced in our arm, a more chordal sound. Now, let's stop here and we'll go on talking about this in the next video. This is quite important, and not just for the Waldstein. I mean, I'm not lecturing on the Waldstein. This is about music. So we're going to have part B. Thank you.